All right, folks, we're back again and back at it. This is a new story that came up about parents who left a loaded handgun out, and a third grader took it to school and it went off in the classroom. This is out of Spotsylvania County, Virginia. I want y'all to check this out.
Well, the parents of a Virginia third grader are facing child neglect charges after their child brought a handgun to school. According to police, the third grader not only brought the handgun inside the classroom, but accidentally discharged it. Incredibly, thankfully, nobody was hurt. Officers say the student found the gun at home and put it in his book bag. The child's parents, Terrence Carroll Jr. and Sierra Armstead, were both taken into custody.
There were rounds in the chamber. It was not holstered in a holster. And it was not secured in the residence.
In this case, because it was an accident, and it's a weird accident, the only thing I can say is I am extremely grateful that they have had planning and that they have trained for this.
The child who brought the gun is not being charged. Police are urging parents to secure their firearms and keep them away from children.
All right, now to give you a little bit more context on that particular story, according to the Spotsylvania County Sheriff's Office, the 36-year-old Sierra Armstead and 34-year-old Terrence Carroll Jr. were the parents of the third grader who on Monday's incident at Lee Hill Elementary were arrested and charged were charged in the evening of April 7th. Both parents are charged with recklessly leaving a loaded, unsecured firearm in a manner that endangered the life or safety of a child under 14, which is considered a misdemeanor, and with willfully or neglectedly permitting the life of a child in their custody to be endangered, which is a felony. The parents were released on an unsecured bond of $5,000. In addition, they have an upcoming arraignment date at the Spotsylvania County Juvenile Domestic Court on April 11th. These arrests come after a handgun inside the third grader's backpack again was fired in the classroom accidentally on Monday morning. And this prompted the teacher of the class to quickly evacuate all 26 students from the classroom and alert the school resource officers. The deputy said both parents of the students cooperated with the investigation after consulting with Spotsylvania County Juvenile Intake and the Spotsylvania Commonwealth's attorney. The child involved in the incident, as it was said, was not being charged. The investigation determined that the child found the unsecured handgun in a home, put it in his book bag, as they said. At some point during the class, he reached into his bag to grab an item and accidentally discharged the firearm. And of course, as we know, thankfully, thank God that no student or staff member was hurt as a result of that. And it comes to question because you see a lot of these stories are popping up more and more with the kids. And it's, I don't know if parents are just like dropping the ball these days or just not paying attention. I don't know what's going on. Like, you can't, be that neglectful to leave a gun out in your home with a kid to have access to it. I was talking to a resource officer recently who said that they take these, type of stories very seriously, because if they're not, alerted about what's going on in the school, and especially with elementary schools, this can become fatal, as he said. He's seen cases where, kids would get guns and kill their grandparents and things like that because they wouldn't let them watch TV, or something to that effect. And it's real crazy how these things are going down. I just wanted to get your opinion on it to see, what do you think? Should these laws be stiffer for people like this? Should they face jail time or just get bonds and be bonded out or whatever? But thank God nobody in the class was hurt, because this could have been a completely different story, whereas these parents would have been charged with a much harsher type of thing here. So I just want to get your opinion on this. Also, this is just something that I found a little bit odd. They said Barbie announced today that Mattel, I should say, the company that makes Barbie dolls, has announced that LeBron James is the first athlete to have a Ken doll. According to Mattel, the parent company that owns Barbie, They released photos, which you'll see there on your thumbnail, of the new doll in this likeness of the NBA legend, activist, author, philanthropist LeBron James. Barbie said it is collaborating with the LeBron James Family Foundation to release the first Ken doll of a professional athlete. And Mattel said next year's Ken character will celebrate its 65th year. And with James' first Ken doll, they are excited to expand the Ken ambassadors. Ken is Barbie's longtime best friend and a supporter, said Krista Berger, Senior Vice President of Barbie and Global Head of Dolls for Mattel. We are excited to bring fans a new presentation of the Ken doll that celebrates LeBron as a role model, his icon status, lasting impact on culture, and dedication to setting a positive example for the next generation to reach their limitless potential. And James said that as a child, he was fortunate to have role models who inspired him and showed him that hard work and dedication were important to achieving things in life. He recognized the release of his Ken doll as an honor. This is what he said, and I quote, "It's an opportunity to recognize the powerful impact of role models who instill confidence, inspire dreams, and show kids that they too can achieve greatness." Sticking true to James' style and likeness, his Ken doll is an inch taller and comes in larger packaging than the standard Ken doll, of course. And the James doll is dressed in a varsity jacket, a LeBron James Family Foundation signature "We Are Family" t-shirt, Nike sneakers, Beats headphones, sunglasses, a fanny pack, gold watch, and his I Promise band. The doll will go on sale on April 14th at 12:01 p.m. and is being sold for $75 flat for you collectors out there who want to put this thing on the shelf. So I've never heard of a Ken ambassador. I'm not versed on all the stuff here. I guess it's a new thing that they're going to start doing where they take certain people. How many people think a Jay-Z is going to get like a doll like this? Raise your hand. I think that you'll see more people like this getting dolls and things that commemorate what they do and their accomplishments. And is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? What do you think? You guys let me know in the comments on both stories. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should these parents be charged maximum extent of the law type deal? Or do you think, this, just give them a bond and let them show up in court? And I don't think they'll do no time or anything like that personally. But that was a very sticky situation with the story with the kid with the gun. And what do you think about the LeBron James doll? Will you be collecting this? Will you put it on the shelf? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you like this content, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification buttons when you do. Small click for you, big click for us here at the Only One Mic Podcast. So, as I always say to you, peace.